Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today we're doing round 2 of authors that I will never read. These are authors that I have never read from and don't ever plan on reading from. I took to the YouTube community page, which honestly I don't use very often, but I put up a poll asking people what they wanted me to film next, and this was the winner. The next video will be round 3 of fictional characters that I want to square up with, and I will film the other 2 videos on that list as well sometime before the end of the year. So I have another list of 5 authors that I have never read from before, and for whatever reason I have decided that I will not read from them in the future, starting off with Julia Quinn. This one is probably a pretty obvious answer. I don't want to support a racist author. If you're unfamiliar with the situation, Julia Quinn is a historical romance author and author of the Bridgerton series, which is now a Netflix series. If you've watched the show, then you may have noticed that there has been some Black and brown people involved, right? There's representation in these shows, and all of that is strictly due to the fact that it is produced by Shondaland, which is owned by Shonda Rhimes, who is also the writer for Grey's Anatomy, Station 19, Private Practice, things like that, right? Julia Quinn, however, was asked once why she doesn't include people of color in her historical romances, and her response was that it's because she writes happily ever afters, not suffering, implying that people of color don't get happily ever afters, or that we can't get them. And I have a huge fucking issue with that. I think that's a really fucked up thing to say. However, looking at the bigger picture when it comes to the book community, oftentimes people will only read things about people of color, particularly Black people, when it does include some sort of trauma. And so there have been plenty of discussions about the book community and its weird fascination with trauma porn of certain marginalized communities, and that's a huge fucking problem. Now, after being called out for that, apparently she decided that she was gonna write a book about a Black protagonist. I don't know why the fuck she thinks she needs to do that. We don't need it, we don't want it. We can just leave that to Black authors who actually know what the fuck they're doing. But for that reason, I will never read anything by Julia Quinn. I'm also not a huge historical romance person. Granted, I haven't actually taken the time to read a historical romance, but if I'm gonna pick one up, I'm gonna go with Beverly Jenkins or something. I'm not gonna read Julia Quinn. The second author on this list is Robin Hobb. Now, I know that she is beloved. I know that y'all love these books and the live ship Traders something and Fitz and Assassin's Apprentice and all that stuff. Here's the main thing, and I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't believe that those books need to be as thick as they are, and from people who have read them, it seems that that is an accurate assumption. I simply am not going to force myself to read a 600, 700, 800 page book when I don't care. I don't care. I mean, the Assassin's Apprentice series, that sounds okay, but what's that other series called? The one with the ships and whatnot. I don't care. I don't really like piratey things. The only thing that I did like was Amina al-Sarafi, and that one was a little shaky for me at times, so I'm just not gonna do it. And someone said that she has a shorter series that has something to do with dragons, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. I don't care. I can read other things that have dragons. I've raided dragons. I'm gonna read Fireborn. I'm good. I know y'all love that, and I love that for y'all, but it's a no for me. Next is Emily Henry. At one point, I considered reading her books just to see if I would like them. Robin actually ended up enjoying one of them. I don't remember which one it was, but I just don't care. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I'm not really pressed to find out if I would. Y'all know that it took me a really long time to get into romance, right? I just feel like the uncertainty that I have about it is a sure sign that it's not worth it. I'm gonna stick to what I've been reading on Kindle Unlimited, Black indie authors. That's where I really get into it, you know? Like, that is the romances that I love. Those are the romances that I need. And I just don't think that Emily Henry fits that. As far as I know, nothing problematic. I just don't think that she's for me. The next author on this list is another one that is problematic, and it's so sad because I don't read a lot of sci-fi, and so I really was interested in reading books by this author in particular because it was Black sci-fi. But Nnedi Okorafor got on Twitter one day and made a tweet that was something like, are there any real women anymore? Women who have real hair and real nails and don't wear makeup and blah, blah, blah. It was very much giving pick me and I'm not like other girls. And as someone who doesn't wear weave, who doesn't wear fake nails, who doesn't wear makeup, that is a personal choice that I made. I'm not about to go out of my way to shit on women who do those things, because for real, y'all be looking good. But I don't have the patience to learn how to do my eyeshadow and blush and contour and all that shit. So I'm gonna just watch you and I'm gonna tell you how good you look. But for me, I'm all right. But what I'm not gonna do is sit here and talk down on you for enjoying those things. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I just have a hard time understanding why a woman with a PhD in 2023 is getting on the internet and saying dumb shit like that. So I was really interested in Benti and the Akata Witch series, but I don't want to support her after that. That really rubbed me the wrong way. And the last author on this list is Riley Sager. Once again, I don't think he's problematic. I've heard so many mixed things about all of his books that I just highly doubt that I would find them enjoyable. And also, people who are fans of him have gone back and forth with his work as well. So I feel like if you're a fan and you're saying that it's hit or miss, then I'm definitely not gonna enjoy it. I have heard really great things about, I think, his newest release. But even then, I just don't care anymore, so I'm not gonna. And I don't read mysteries and thrillers often anyway. And I think for this genre in particular, going with the hype books would definitely not work in my favor, so it's a no. But those are more authors that I just will never read from. I don't foresee any of these changing either. It would take a lot for me to change my mind on any of these, so don't count on it. But let me know if you have read any of these authors, if you like their work, if they were hit or miss for you, or if you just didn't like them at all. Also, let me know if there are any authors that you don't think you'll ever read from. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.